I like to read about famous people in history, but they didn't suddenly become famous. They had to work, practice, and sometimes they failed. Everyone has to begin somewhere. The people we know for their accomplishments at one time did not know how to do what they do. They had to start somewhere. They had to learn. This got me wondering, what did famous people do when they were kids? So I made up things I think they might have done. Famous people's work as kids. Babe Ruth was perhaps the greatest baseball player of all time. His first home run was to run home to tell his parents he accidentally broke the neighbor's window. Isaac Newton developed the theory of gravity after an apple fell on his head. As a child, maybe he planted and watered an apple tree. Johannes Gutenberg invented the first printing press. Perhaps as a kid, he got tired of writing all the time. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was a famous musician and composer. His first musical work might have been in crayon or finger paint. William Tell is famous for shooting an arrow off his son's head. As a child, he may have shot an arrow into a fruit basket at his mom's kitchen table. Robin Hood was known for taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor. As a child, maybe he got money from his dad and gave it to his little sister. William Shakespeare is known for his plays and writing. As a kid, his first play might have been just one page long. Christopher Columbus sailed the Atlantic Ocean and discovered America. His first fleet of boats could have been in the bathtub. Thomas Jefferson invented the swivel chair and wrote the Declaration of Independence and was President of the United States. As a child, he might have liked to sit and spin, declaring his independence. Ben Franklin is known for discovering electricity by flying a kite in a thunderstorm. As a child, his first kite flying may have not gone so well. Florence Nightingale began modern nursing. As a child, she may have nursed her own dolls. Betsy Ross is famous for making the first flag. As a child, she may have liked things that were red, white, and blue. Carl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler invented the automobile. Their first cars could have been a go-kart. Kids still make them today. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. As a kid, he might have connected two tin cans together with string. This works so well, kids still do it today. Albert Einstein wrote about the theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. His first theory may have been created with blocks. Orville and Wilbur Wright invented the airplane. Perhaps they began their love of flight by tossing paper airplanes at each other. Henry Ford is famous for the assembly line to manufacture the Model T. Perhaps as a child he had his friends help him make model cars. Beatrix Potter wrote books about animals that could talk. As a child, she may have talked to her own pets. Ruth Fashion created the first non-toxic finger paints. Kids sometimes used pudding to finger paint. Well, maybe she did too. Alice Binney was a school teacher. She and her husband, Edwin, invented crayons. Maybe as a kid she liked to draw and wanted more colors. Their work is famous today, but it was likely it didn't start out that way. It took a lot of study and hard work for them to succeed. Their first work didn't turn out exactly like they wanted it to, but with practice and patience, they became the people we love and admire. And so could you. What do you like to do?